Well, there are only 5 teams now left to start.
5, 4, 3, 2,
1, A slow start today, or slower start, could well be the answer to this course.
I think it will be, because the middle 20 kilometers is very difficult. A lot of teams are cracking over that section, and the teams that go through fairly low down in the first 2 time checks seem to be accelerating over the last third of the course, and that may well be the secret. They go out nice and steadily and accelerate faster and faster as they get closer to the end. What amazes me, what astounds me, Phil, is how close these teams are together.
No, and I think we kind of expected this amongst the top teams. They're well-balanced teams.
They have spent a lot of time getting themselves drilled in this discipline of the sport. They've chosen some very specialized equipment as well.
If they're doing what the other teams seem to be doing, and that's come back quicker, you know, they could be speaking the surprise of the day.
Well, that would be quite a surprise if they came in with the fastest time. Usually the riders try and keep themselves as close together as possible, especially when they charge into the finishing straight. They say if you get a good ride in the slipstream, you can save up to 35% of the energy that the rider in front of you is dispensing. The important thing about the team time trial is to bear in mind what the wind direction and wind severity is like, because only then can you decide what tactic to adopt. As they get out into the open sections of countryside, Phil, this wind is becoming very risky for the riders. The wind is mainly a 3/4 headwind. You ride around about 3/4 of a bike length behind the man in front of you. Get as close as possible, almost touching if you can. These men know each other to perfection. They know that nobody is going to make a strange movement from his line, so you can almost get up alongside him and get sucked along for as long as it takes for your turn to come round, to go to the front and set the pace at speeds in excess of 32, 33 miles an hour.
They've got the wind, they've got nice cloud but no rain. Pleasant conditions for a race today, at full effort, not too warm and not too cold. Heading up to the kilometre 13. Update on the weather forecast, dry on the finishing line again, but as you can see, thunder is threatening.
Well, they've done a great ride out on the course. Second at the first time check, then dropping down a little bit, but over the last 15 kilometres they've pulled themselves back into the race.
Now he has to get on with the job of hanging on to his team. He's really working hard here.
Ooh, a little bit of a bad line around that corner there. Nervousness. These bikes, as I said, there's not too many corners out on the team time trial here this afternoon, and as I've said, these bikes are not built for maneuverability. They're built for aerodynamics, and they're very precarious and dangerous to move around corners sometimes. But once you get into the straight part of this course, that's where you reap the benefit of a good aerodynamic machine. Well, that is a magnificent position, locked solid in the middle of his aerodynamic handlebars, and they are going very, very rapidly indeed. On this part of the course, they're picking up a slight tailwind. They are riding here, Phil, in excess of 65 kilometres an hour. That's like 44 miles an hour almost. It's amazing.
They're picking up a tailwind as they turn round to the finish. It'll become a crosswind, but they're making the most of it for sure right now.
The team who will win is the team who makes the least number of mistakes. It's not necessarily a question of pure speed. Look at the urgency now.
Well, this is amazing.
Well, this is a squad, Phil, that's got some serious talent.
As we look now, it's going to be an outstanding performance.
So they go under 3 kilometres to go, and they've still got a full complement of riders here.
This team is absolutely flying at the moment, Paul. It's another team up around 57, 58 kilometres an hour.
They have improved dramatically over the second part of this race.
They've done this before in team time trials, having a better second half. Not too far from the finish and still working in a terrific, well-organised line.
But we've noticed over the last couple of teams that they've managed to pick it up over the last half of the race. And amazing to think, Phil, at the first time check, the first 10 teams were only separated by a mere 11 seconds.
They pulled back 23 seconds in the last 7 kilometres, so they got the strength in the legs when they required it. This could be a good time.
Rolling off the back now, and number 33 there, done his job for the day. Just have a look, and it looks to me as if he has a problem there. No idea, we have no idea what has happened there. He's been left behind by the team.
Will they suffer long-term for the loss of that one rider? We won't know that for a while. Well, there's the television camera right on at this team, which looks so good. It turns the team time trial into poetry in motion.
Now they're going to have to go very, very quickly over this final kilometre. They're travelling at speeds in excess of 60 kilometres an hour. It's going to be very, very quick indeed.
But this time is going to be a sensational one. The jaw set there as they drag this team in now as they head up towards the finish. There's still a lot of speed in this team. And just look at them drive on.
Well, this has been a dramatic team time trial so far. And this last kilometre and a half up to the finish line is where it really makes a big difference.
But they have gone better and better and better. This is a remarkable team time trial.
They are stomping up to the line. It's going to be very, very close indeed.
They are veritably sprinting down the straight. It is going to be desperately close. But now they're rocking and rolling their way to the finish here. They know how close they are. Look at their faces as they drive up towards the line. They've got 5, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, 3. They're sitting up as they hit the line. They have done it by 0.75 of a second. Paul, that is an outstanding performance.
They were sprinting over the last 500 metres, and you are right, Phil. They were looking at the clock over the finishing gantry to see whether or not they could beat the winning time.
What an effort.